Hey everybody, welcome to Hills and Gills. If you're new to the channel, my name's Chuck. We've been tying some of our favorite jig patterns from Bream, Crappie, all the way up through white bass, smallmouth, walleye. Soon to be those big toothy critters, muskie, and stripers as well. We're going to be bringing some streamers for fly fishing, some topwater poppers in the fly fishing section as well. But today, we're tying up a little orange head 1 32nd Popeye jig. One of my favorite patterns, whether I'm fishing for crappie and brim. I love the orange head with like a tan or like a dark brown body on it or black. And today, this is the line main right here, guys. This is super cheap to tie when you're tying a little Popeye jig up right here. And it is deadly on those crappie and brim. So I hope you enjoy this video. Let's tie up the line main. On the little Popeye jig here, how we painted this jig head up, we started out, this is a 164 right here in the LA colors. This is a white with a hardener in it. We used that as a primer. And then we went with wristband in the LA colors. This is a bright orange, and when you add that white to that lead head, it just makes brighter colors pop out. And that's what we use to color it. You can go with Sally Hansen to protect the fingernail polish, the hardener, or you can use UV resin, and that'll just lock it in, and you don't have to worry about it getting dinged and banged up as bad. As for the thread, we're going to be using a Do It. This is a black A. I like going with black on like orange jig ties. And we're going to go right down to we hear the click right off the tip end of that hooker, and we're going to back up just about a quarter of the way back up. Now the first thing we're going to add, we got some orange hackle feather here, and I've done cut it. You can see how I cut it just like you would be tying a hackle feathers onto a Popeye jig. I just V'd it out here and cut the main tip end of it off. About 3/4 inch or an inch will work perfect, and I want it to come off just off the back of the bend of that hook. This is going to be the tail action to it. I like hackle feather for tail action on little small jigs like this. And we want this to ride right up on the shank of this hook right here. Just like so. So we'll just flatten this out right here. We'll add a couple more turns to it here to get it to lay back for us like that. And then we will just go ahead and wrap this right back up to the back of the jig head right here. Now when we once get this tied in, we want to use some, you got that right, this is palms that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. And this is excellent material, guys, when you're tying like little Popeye jigs, when you're tying the smaller type jigs for like brim, for crappie. And I gave $2.29 for this, and you can tie a ton of jigs off this right here. It's super soft, very good action in the water, and just a great color. Anytime I'm tying up orange, I like going with like a brown, a black, a light tan like this right here on this line main. And all we're going to do right here, we're just going to pinch this off a little piece, and it's not going to take much where it's a Popeye jig. I'm just going to measure him out, take my scissors here, and just cut a little piece off. We can clean it up when we once get this cut up here. And I want it to come back just before it gets to the back of this tail right here. Don't need much at all on it. About right there. And then we'll just trim this chunk that we cut off the front of it right here. Just like so. And then we're going to put it right up against that jig head. And we're going to put a couple loose wraps on this, because what we're going to be doing on this little bug type jig, we're just going to be pushing this down while pushing forward. That way it won't come out from behind the making of that collar right there. We want this to go all the way over the shank of that hook. So we just keep pushing it down, pushing it forward, getting it over it just like so. And then we're going to go ahead and start adding them tight wraps to it. There we go. And on a little jig like this, when we whip finish it, we're going to do about 5 turns on it. Usually what I do for like crappie jigs, white bass jigs. Wrap it around my finger as usual. You can feel it seat down. You don't want to break it off. And then we're just going to take our scissors, clip that off right there. And then we're going to add my good old Loctite super glue. This is what I do, use on 90% of my collars. Just put a nice little drop right on top of that collar right there. Get my old spent paintbrush, and I'm just going to wrap this all around that collar. It gives it a nice shiny look, as you can see right here. Plus, it's going to lock it in and it's not going to go anywhere. Well, there you have it, guys. The little line main Popeye jig. This is a killer color pattern right here for not just for like big brim, but also those crappie too. I love orange and tan, orange and brown, orange and black. That is some of my favorite colors to go with. And this right here is a super cheap tie, very inexpensive, and here to put the crappie in the boat for you. And get you some of this line main right here, $2.29 at Hobby Lobby, and you can tie you a ton of these little jigs, flies up, whatever you may be tying. And guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check the playlist out down below of some of our other jig ties. Also, how to remove collars, how we pour jigs, etc. All that's down in the description. Follow us over on Facebook and Instagram. And if you enjoyed this video, I hope you give us a thumbs up. That'll help us, our little channel out. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Whole lot more jig tying coming down the road. Follow us over on Facebook, Instagram. And until next time, stay safe out there on the water. And we'll see you right here at Hills and Gills. Have a great day.